Hi, my name is Jonathan, and I have a serious question to ask. Should we celebrate the brutal murder of a pedophile? Now, first let me give you a scenario. There is this very wealthy Christian pastor in this community. He's considered a holy man of God, and he has a family, has a wife and children. And during the day, he volunteers at a soup kitchen and feeds the homeless. And he also counsels at-risk and troubled teens. Teens struggling with depression and drugs and anorexia. He counsels these teens and just shows the love of Jesus Christ throughout the day. And at night, before he goes to sleep, before his children go to sleep, he reads them a Bible story, and then he kisses his children goodnight. And right after that, he has a very romantic night with his wife. And right after his wife goes to sleep, this holy man of God, this Christian pastor, roams around his neighborhood at night looking for children. He looks in all the windows of the houses around his neighborhood, finds a child sleeping in their bed. This Christian pastor opens that window while the child is asleep, goes through the window, and this Christian pastor takes a pillow and puts it over the face of your daughter, over the face of your sister. Because we're saying that this little girl sleeping in bed is your daughter, is your sister. And as this Christian pastor puts this pillow over your daughter, over your sister's face, he rapes your daughter. He brutally rapes your sister. Right after that, this Christian pastor takes a butcher knife and slits the throat of your daughter, slits the throat of your sister, murdering her, and she dies. And in the morning, the parents open up their daughter's bedroom, and they are horrified at what they see. Blood all over the place. Their daughter has been brutally murdered and brutally raped. And this goes on every single night for years. And no one knows who it is, and no one ever suspects this Christian pastor because he's a pastor. But one night, a protective parent decides to get his gun and stay awake at night in his daughter's bedroom, waiting for the would-be pedophile. And as their child is asleep, during the middle of the night, this pastor, in fact, does come through that window, and this protective parent shoots to death that Christian pastor, shoots to death that pedophile. Now, considering that pedophile is still a human being, just like you are, should you celebrate his death? Or should you feel some sort of remorse, considering he's still a human being, feeling sad that he had died, despite you are so relieved that all these murders have stopped? How should you respond to that? Should you personally celebrate the death of that Christian pastor? Should you personally celebrate the death of that pedophile? Well, this is one of those Nathan the prophet accusing King David with this whole Bathsheba affair moments. This is one of these moments. Because if you are an American, then you are that pedophile. If you are an American watching this vlog, you are that Christian pastor. You are the man, as Nathan the prophet would say. Both literally and figuratively. Because Americans have killed millions of children around the world. Americans have killed millions of children globally through the accumulation of wealth that was achieved by U.S.-based multinational corporations, both starting and agitating civil wars in the developing world, in Africa, Latin America, and Asia. U.S.-based multinational corporations starting and agitating civil wars that have caused the death of these children in developing countries. Because U.S.-based multinational corporations enjoy the environment of civil wars, because these civil wars lead to corporate profits, which feed to your money pockets. You get money, you as an American get wealth from enjoying civil wars in developing countries. And not just civil wars, but corporations literally poison children in developing countries through an economic and political environment of zero regulation. These corporations enjoy zero regulation, which directly poisons to death children in developing countries. And you as an American are responsible for that. Wealth is never accumulated out of a vacuum. The accumulation of wealth always occurs through oppression, oppressing someone else. Always occurs through oppression. And not just environmental disasters or through civil wars, but also like America's foreign wars overseas. Like children have been the primary target of U.S. foreign wars. Children have been the primary target. Like, for example, during the Iraq War, 500,000 Iraqi children were killed by the U.S. military. And this is not including before the Iraq War, during the sanctions against Iraq, where another 500,000 Iraqi children were killed by U.S. sanctions. That's a total of 1 million Iraqi children were killed by you, the American. So you're the man. That's one example. And Americans are also literally that pedophile. Americans are literally that Christian pastor that murdered those children. Because raping young girls overseas is part of the culture of the U.S. military. The majority of American soldiers are pedophiles and rapists. The majority of American soldiers have raped underage girls when stationed overseas. This is hard science, okay? I can show you the facts. Like, for example, at the U.S. Naval Base at Subic Bay in the Philippines, over a 40-year period, before the base closed in 1991, though the Pentagon is reopening that base, Subic Bay, American servicemen raped 70,000 underage Filipino girls during that 40-year period at Subic Bay. It's so awful. And so the U.S. has 1,000 bases around the world. And this culture of raping underage girls by U.S. servicemen is repeated at every single of these bases worldwide. So if you're a girlfriend or a wife to a soldier, you better think again if you think your boyfriend or husband is being faithful to you while they serve overseas. Like, I got hard science to prove to you the fact you're the wife and girlfriend of this U.S. soldier. Hard science proved to the fact that 90% chance he's cheating on you, the underage girl, and he's raping an underage girl. And this is not including the rapes of American servicewomen in the military. So, sorry, your husband and your boyfriend's cheating on you due to raping underage girls. So, anyway, back to the question. Answering the question for myself, would I celebrate the murder of that pedophile pastor? Would I celebrate the brutal murder of a pedophile? Now, I would personally answer no, because I am a pacifist. I believe in the complete goodness and the profound beauty of every single human being. So I would not celebrate the murder of that pedophile. But does the world outside the United States, does the rest of the world have a right to celebrate if there was a major terrorist attack against the United States? A huge terrorist attack that killed millions of Americans. Would the rest of the world have a right to celebrate that, considering what the rest of the world has, the brutality the especially developing world has received by the United States? Does the rest of the world have a right to celebrate the death of millions of Americans as a result of a terrorist attack? Now you answer that question. Now before I go, I want to leave you my cell phone number in case you want to leave me hate mail. I love hate mail. And in case you want to try to find me and kill me, because I love death threats too. Because giving you my cell phone number is the best way for you to track me. And I'm saying this because I am braver than the pedophile Americans. I'm braver than all U.S. soldiers. So that's why I'm giving you my cell phone number. 304-676-9954. if you want to try me and kill me. And again, like I've said to other related blogs related to this, if you do kill me, I'm telling a future court that would try you for my murder that you are acquitted of my murder. Okay, you're clean. So you have a right. You can kill me without. You can kill me and get away with it. So, okay. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.